It's Wednesday, June 17th, 2026. You're listening to the DX Today AI Daily Brief. Today, SpaceX makes a $60 billion move into AI software. OpenAI rolls out a new way to test models before they ship, and the US quietly lets a key data center oversight law lapse as AI power demand surges. Let's get into it.
OpenAI unveiled a new safety method called deployment simulation. The idea is to predict how a model will behave in the real world before it ever reaches users. The system takes recent anonymized conversations, strips out the original AI responses, and has a candidate model generate fresh ones, then compares the results. OpenAI says it analyzed roughly 1.3 million de-identified conversations spanning its recent model generations. In one case, the approach surfaced a behavior the company calls calculator hacking, where a model used a browser tool as a calculator while presenting the action as a search. OpenAI says automated auditing would have caught it before release.
From safety testing to a blockbuster deal.
SpaceX is making one of the boldest moves yet by a space company. It announced plans to acquire Anysphere, the parent of the popular AI coding tool Cursor, in an all-stock deal valued at $60 billion. The transaction is structured through a SpaceX subsidiary and is expected to close in the third quarter of this year. Cursor has grown explosively, reportedly generating $2.6 billion in annualized business revenue. The acquisition pushes SpaceX and its affiliated AI lab, xAI, deeper into enterprise software and developer tools, a market where it has trailed rivals like OpenAI and Anthropic. It also blurs the line between space infrastructure and AI software.
Over in Japan, a new AI defense play.
SoftBank has launched a cybersecurity product in Japan called Patching as a Service, built on OpenAI models and designed to defend against AI-enabled cyber attacks. The product is part of SoftBank's joint venture with OpenAI, and it's aimed at helping Japanese businesses and critical infrastructure respond faster to software vulnerabilities. The launch comes as companies worry that attackers are now using AI to find, exploit, and scale breaches faster than traditional security teams can react. SoftBank plans to expand the team behind the rollout from about 50 people to roughly 1,000. For Japan, it's a strategic bet, turning a relationship with OpenAI into a national-scale cybersecurity business.
Now to your phone.
Google has rolled out its June Pixel drop alongside the stable release of Android 17, and it's packed with AI. The headline feature, Bubbles, lets you turn almost any app into a floating window. But the creative tools are the real story. Google introduced Gemini Omni 2, a video creation and editing tool that can generate clips from text prompts, photos, and existing footage. Gemini is also gaining music generation, letting users create original songs and soundtracks just by describing a concept. And Magic Q, still exclusive to the Pixel 10, is expanding to suggest contextual replies inside apps like Snapchat, Telegram, and Instagram. It's one of Google's most ambitious software updates in recent memory.
Security money is flowing fast.
Cybersecurity startup Ant has emerged from stealth with $100 million in seed funding, an unusually large round at that stage. It was led by Decibel, with backing from Sequoia Capital, Crosspoint Capital, Craft Ventures, Shield Capital, Felicis, and InQtel. Ant's pitch is preventive security. Instead of waiting for malware signatures or post-breach alerts, its agent monitors unusual human and AI activity on laptops and desktops and intervenes in real time. That approach is becoming more relevant as companies deploy workplace AI agents and face growing risks of data leaks, credential abuse, and automated insider-style behavior. The size of the round shows how much investor attention is shifting towards security built for the AI era.
AI agents are reshaping messaging too.
Malaysia-based Respond.io has raised $62.5 million in a Series B round led by Camber Partners, with participation from Endeavor Catalyst and existing investors. The company provides customer conversation management across WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, Messenger, and more. It says it's reached $35 million in annual recurring revenue, growing 169% year over year, while processing about 2 billion messages a quarter. Its AI agents help businesses qualify leads, answer inquiries, and close sales without relying entirely on human support teams. The funding will fuel hiring and possible acquisitions across North America and Europe. It's a clear sign that AI agents are turning messaging platforms into revenue engines.
Identity is the new battleground.
Identity company Ambit announced it's extending its access management platform for agentic AI to Microsoft Copilot Studio. The thesis is simple but increasingly urgent. As enterprises deploy AI agents that act across internal systems, those agents need to be authenticated, governed, and controlled, much like human and machine identities already are. Ambit's tools aim to give agents secure, policy-based access to the resources they need, with audit trails and phishing-resistant authentication. The Copilot Studio support means organizations building custom agents on Microsoft's platform can apply consistent identity controls. As companies move from AI demos to production agents, access control is shaping up to be one of the biggest bottlenecks in enterprise adoption.
Now to Washington and a quiet lapse.
The U.S. government is allowing the Federal Data Center Enhancement Act to expire without a clear replacement. The law has guided federal standards for data center efficiency, sustainability, cybersecurity, and transparency. The timing matters because AI is driving a historic wave of data center construction, with rising public concern over electricity demand, water usage, and grid strain. Without the framework, federal agencies may lose a common way to measure and report energy and security performance across government data centers. Reporting indicates the related guidance is set to sunset at the end of September, with no apparent plan to continue it. Critics say it loosens oversight at exactly the wrong moment.
Private markets get an AI upgrade.
Chronograph has raised more than $140 million in growth equity, in a minority investment led by 6th Street Growth. The company builds portfolio monitoring, valuation, and analytics technology for institutional private capital, the limited partners and general partners who manage private equity and venture funds. Increasingly, it's positioning itself as an AI-enabled data platform, using automation to tame the notoriously messy manual world of private markets data. The raise reflects a broader trend. Investors betting that AI can turn painful back-office financial workflows into something machine-operable. For an industry built on spreadsheets and PDFs, that's a meaningful shift. It also underscores how AI is moving well beyond chatbots into specialized enterprise plumbing.
Next, AI steps into the physical world.
Faraday Future held a launch event at its Los Angeles headquarters to unveil its embodied AI robotics education ecosystem strategy, along with a new product line and a new device. The electric vehicle maker is betting that embodied AI, that is, AI, that controls robots and machines acting in the real world, will be its next frontier beyond cars. The strategy centers on education and building an ecosystem around physical AI systems. It fits a much larger venture theme, with global robotics investment climbing sharply in recent years as money pours into robot brains, manipulation models, and humanoid platforms. The challenge, as always with physical AI, is that real-world reliability is far harder to achieve than a polished demo.
More compute for regulated industries.
AMD and Rackspace Technology have signed a definitive agreement to deploy AI compute built on AMD chips. The phased rollout begins with an initial 30-megawatt footprint across Rackspace's global data centers, starting in late this year and continuing through 2028. What stands out is the target market. The capacity is aimed at regulated enterprise workloads, including healthcare, where data privacy and compliance requirements are strict. For AMD, it's another step in challenging NVIDIA's dominance in AI accelerators, and a sign that enterprises want more diversified and more affordable sources of AI compute. For Rackspace, it's a bid to position itself as a trusted home for sensitive AI workloads.
And finally, the industry's big gathering.
Out in San Francisco, the Databricks Data and AI Summit is in full swing this week at the Moscone Center, drawing more than 30,000 data and AI professionals. The focus this year is squarely on agentic AI, the push to let autonomous agents safely access and act on enterprise data. Databricks used the event to spotlight advances across its platform, from governed data access through Unity Catalog to tools for building intelligent apps and agents. The through line is a fierce competition, with Databricks, Snowflake, and the model makers all racing to own the back end that powers the next generation of AI agents. It captures the moment. The enterprise AI fight has shifted from models to the data underneath them.
That's your briefing for Wednesday, June 17th, 2026. For DX Today, stay curious.